Et tout va bien? Ça, c'est cool la vie, là. Hein, nouvellement marié, tout change. Bon, très bien. Bonsoir YouTube. On est parti pour le 13e épisode de Disco Elysium. Et c'est vrai qu'on avait parlé à 712. Et je devais parler à Jean-Mich. Ok. La vidéo ok. Si la vidéo ok, c'est au top.
No lock. It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy too.
Non, mais on va pas jouer. On pourrait essayer, hein.
Heavy door. No lock in sight.
J'essaye et si jamais c'est un définitif. Fuck. Je me suis enculé le pied.
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
All right. Let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Verrouillé? Ah non. Bon, c'est pas grave. Oh. Mais c'est, ils sont chiants un peu.
Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of... You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Je suis juste un pauvre type qui se défoule sur les objets du quotidien.
Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too?
Je regrette d'avoir détruit toutes ces choses. Pardon, ma petite brique de lait.
You're right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights.
Ça va, c'est pas chez moi, on s'en tamponne. Ah ouais, du coup, 13e épisode, là, c'est un peu le Delbord. Vas-y, c'est vrai qu'on doit parler, là.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys.
Bah oui.
Half their reasoning just went out the window.
Pensez que ça les obligera à coopérer?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Pourquoi nous a-t-elle dit tout ça?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
You would have caught it.
Elle était pas obligée de mentir, je m'en serais pas aperçu.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Quelque chose ne tourne pas rond.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough. Compliqué. Bon ok, donc je dois aller voir les trous du cul en bas là et je vais leur expliquer quatre vérités. Pourquoi j'ai ça dans la main? Oh, putain, c'est vrai que j'ai mon kimono et tout. Si on regarde le pied de biche quand même. Le pied de biche ça impose le respect un peu. Bon, eux, les clodos, là, on s'en bat les couilles. On va aller reparler à l'autre mongol. Hardcore.
It's you again. What is it?
Ouais, fais pas le beau, là. Clash J m'a dit qu'elle n'avait jamais été violée.
Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Tu sais, les mecs qui parlent de la victime et après ils disent crazy bitch. Et là, t'es là en
This
mode.
is a diversion. Stay on track.
Cinglé, mais de quoi parlez-vous? Elle était très lucide pourtant.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy!
Sa voix claque à travers la pièce comme un tir de semonce.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Pourquoi m'intéresser à ces bandes? Vous m'avez menti?
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
Où est-ce que je peux écouter ça?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Ah putain, lecteur de bande. Où est-ce que je peux avoir ça?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Très bien.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Ouais, enfin... C'est pas vraiment une preuve, hein.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor. He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave. The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last. There's no fixing this one.
Putain.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix. But it isn't anymore.
Vous avez une autre idée?
My kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn
Ouais,
shop.
c'est ce que je
He has
pensais,
stuff.
mais... Ah, fait chier, ça va me coûter une blinde. Ah, et puis il y a deux connards aussi où je dois prendre leur veste. Point, un point, point, point. Un point, un point.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Je recherche de quoi écouter un enregistrement pour une affaire police.
Yeah, we still
Oh,
have
leur
those
veste.
boomboxes on the shelves.
Là.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape-reel eyes.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Alors, outils. Interagir.
The
Interagir.
porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader. You push Command C, and the tape starts
Ah, le
spinning.
chapeau chinois, il est trop ouf.
Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Un pur style, là.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Puis un autre crissement bruyant, un bruit de
The
machine.
harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
Un clic puis le silence, le reste de la bande est vide.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
C'était quoi à toute fin, le silence?
End of recording.
Qu'en pensez-vous?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
Mauvais arrive.
Still,
Le lieutenant observe la bande. Vous reconnaissez bien ce regard, désormais de son air soupçonneux. C'est qui ça, Corty?
one of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his?
C'est quoi, Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Pensez qu'il y était?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Et maintenant?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
Bon, la classe quand même, avoir le Walkman, le pied de biche et le Walkman là, on est sur quelque chose. Hein. Le petit chapeau chinois là. Alors attends, parce que ces deux enflures, c'était quoi déjà? Clair-obscur. Ah ouais, je crois que clair-obscur, je sais pas si j'en ai un. Ah, plus un clair-obscur. Ça gratte. J'ai rien qui en enlève. Ouais, je crois que j'aurais jamais d'item pour ça. Hein. On essaye. On leur pique leur veste là.
Hey, you don't know? What?
It's not a question.
On s'en fout, on s'en fout, on s'en fout, on s'en fout là. C'était pas ça, mais non, mais ta gueule. Donne.
No. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Sois subtil et effrayant. Une seconde, de quelle manière?
Suggest their massive skulls. Come on.
Les gars, avec ces vestes-là, vous deviendrez le roi des cabochards en rien de temps.
No! Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Pas même des prospects aspirants déjà araignées là?
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up! Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Ouais, on veut nous aussi devenir des cabochards qui déchirent comme vous, mais on n'a pas la veste qui va avec, ouais.
What do you want? The jackets?
Ouais, des cabochards, réduis-nous la tête.
Fuck you, man. Take them then.
Il scrute la place, les gens commencent à faire attention à lui. Vous offrez vos vestes juste comme ça? Bah, ce sera impoli de refuser.
Oh, man. Okay. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway.
Fuck.
Allez, ça dégage, les gars. Chut. À poil les noobs. Puisque vous m'avez dit que vous étiez plus du genre machin, je vais prendre l'autre.
I'm absolutely okay with not having.
Pourquoi pas les former une paire? On pourrait vraiment jouer les Cade ou bosser comme des infiltrés à fond.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hand. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Allez, comme vous voulez, je garde les deux.
Do. I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with his written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And fuck the world, all on its own, is, frankly, generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Le jeune aux cheveux bruns reste là, debout, vaincu. Le vent souffle.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Cassez-vous. Allez, tirez-vous les nabos. Ça, c'est pour Bibi. Clair-obscur, moins un rhétorique. Art dramatique, moins un autorité. Regardez-moi cette veste, fuck the world. C'est avec ça qu'on va se balader. Et oui. Et là, on pèse dans le game. Avec la barre de son, le pied de biche et le chapeau de paille, quoi. Se passe un truc, là? Non, mais là, c'est 100% la veste, là. Et on se libère, voilà, comme ça. C'est là où, justement, on a du pur style. Bon, allez. Arrête-toi les conneries, quoi.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous?
Ouais, un danger pour moi-même.
Oh no, believe me, it will be everyone else who's uncomfortable with it. You're safe. No one dares say a word, unless they're, like, from your station and coming to judge you. But what are the chances of that happening?
S'en bat les couilles là, pas le temps de niaiser. Putain, je suis dégoûté pour mon jet là, en haut. Fait chier quoi. Bon, qu'est-ce qu'on fait là? Méga compile. Parlez, oui. Oui. Arpenter les rues pour dénicher des camarades. Trouver le mot... Putain, le mot de passe aussi. Ah, quelle angoisse. Oh mais attends, lui c'est un full camarade lui. Lui c'est un full camarade coco lui. Ah putain, empathie, mais je suis une merde.
It's like going on strike would probably help you.
Anything else? Us lorry drive, not my thing.
What's better, he tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a...
J'arriverai jamais avec son jet d'empathie là. J'ai 0 d'empathie. Je suis le pire des flics. Ouais, je rentre chez elle maintenant. Voilà, je fais comme chez moi. En bas, c'est l'ambiance là, alors qu'il est midi. Le pire des... Ah non, mais moi je suis la pire racleur de bidet quoi.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Titus Hardy m'a remis un enregistrement sur lequel le défunt prétend vouloir commettre un viol.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
Chez la bande, c'est très clairement vous qui le dit prendre vouloir pour cible.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
C'est exactement ce qu'il a dit.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Ah ouais, c'est ça, ouais.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi, he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Il disait juste ça pour faire macho?
Yes, was he
Raclerman, c'est clair.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Son personnage?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Khohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Mais non. Vous aviez pas peur?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil.
Oh, t'inquiète.
Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Khohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoi in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? In Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Si vous êtes mieux disposé, j'aimerais que vous m'en parliez plus sur la victime.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
Le temps note l'information dans son calepin.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Quel âge avait-il?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Le lieutenant touche son calepin au bout du doigt, comme si vous attribuiez une sorte de point.
Points are good. Have one you all before we all die. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you.
La couleur de ses yeux?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice.
No.
Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Ces tatouages qu'il avait, qu'est-ce qu'ils signifient?
Oh, that.
Savez-vous ce qu'ils représentaient?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
Primé auprès des filles, comment ça?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets.
J'ai cru qu'il n'avait jamais son armure, faudrait savoir.
The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
C'est la litté orangeaise, ça, non?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. A moment's respite, dark and hopeless as the struggle itself.
Elle recule davantage pour poursuivre sa démonstration.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
Non mais au secours.
And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
La femme, c'était vous?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Pourriez-vous me dire tout ça, ce que tout ça veut dire exactement?
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Intéressant. L'Académie des tueurs. Nouvelle académie, c'est super sympa. C'est un cursus entre bac plus 2 et bac plus 5. Voilà, après tu peux perfectionner en fonction de ce que tu souhaites apprendre. Parce qu'au début, voilà, on va dire, si tu sors avec le plus 2, bon, tu maîtrises un peu tout ce qui est arme blanche, tronçonneuse, tout ça, mais quand tu veux vraiment commencer à utiliser des petits outils un peu plus artistiques, notamment la corde de nylon ou alors le barbelé, des grands classiques, mais à la fois un petit peu technique dans leur utilisation, bon bah là il faut prendre le cursus complet quoi. Hein. Bah après vous en sortez avec un beau diplôme. Hein. Sympa l'histoire.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Où c'est les listades là?
In Oranje, officer.
Oranje.
It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Okay.
Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat. Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Vous venez tous deux d'Oranje là?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Ouais.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Bah, c'est le speed et l'alcool, hein, mais bon...
Sex, alcohol, no love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Un militaire, mais pas un patriote.
No. He left the national service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind.
C'est le top.
He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
Vous êtes oragnaise vous-même, sans manque de patriotisme, vous vous dérangez pas, je suppose que non, puisque c'est barré. Mais...
No, there's nothing on Moindi. The old world is dead and we both knew it. Come to think of it, Maybe Orania did bring us together in loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me too.
All right.
L'autant range la feuille dans son calepin de notes et observe la jeune femme quelques instants.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Not
Revenir
my
sur la
favorite
pétanque de rue.
topic, but okay.
Oh, mais c'est bon.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
C'est ce qu'elle a dit, alors oui.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
Où tu vas en venir?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
C'est vrai.
You could ask either one of them.
Eh Miss, à votre avis, j'ai quel âge?
How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 40? I was like 9 when OO peaked. That was what, 19 years ago? I liked them when I was 9. You couldn't have liked it when you were 40. Let's say you were 20-something. 25. A good disco age. 25 plus 19 is 44. I'm gonna say you're 44.
Wow.
Wow. Impressionnant.
Yeah. I have a university degree, you know?
Elle secoue la cendre de sa cigarette.
Absolutely. Age is just a number, man.
Yes, miss, but for him that number is 56.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Ouais, sauce, la vérité me fait pas
To the
peur.
laboratorium.
Oh putain, encore des trucs. Générateur de date de naissance. Quand êtes-vous né? Non mais ça va, on s'entend pas de la nouille. Mais non mais... Bon, faut que j'aille revoir les connards. Puis pourquoi il y a de la musique de merde là en bas? Il y a même pas de concert. Ces autres mongols là qui mettent de la zit là.
It's
Vas-y. Hein.
you again.
Ouais,
What
non
is
mais
it?
viens là. On va parler toi et moi là. Tu me commences à me casser les couilles, Titus. Maintenant je te préviens, la prochaine où tu me racontes du pipeau là, je vais t'enfoncer ta casquette dans le cul tellement profondément. Ah, attention hein. Pas la clengie de la bande.
And he tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow.
Et rien, il campe sur ses positions.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
Oui.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
De là en bas, c'était juste des bruits de couloir, c'est pas une preuve.
Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there.
Ah mais calmons-nous, c'est pas planifié.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
En fait, je crois que ça l'a rendu un peu nostalgique, non?
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Psycho whore.
Oh, fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Ça va se faire un peu plus douce que précédemment.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Women are crazy, irrational, That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Ouais, soyez francs là. Vas-y, arrête la bullshit là. Arrête la bullshit.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. They're confused. This is growing over their heads.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember. I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
Jette diamant sa canette au sol.
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. Understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
La pièce se retrouve murée dans le silence. Alain commence à dire quelque chose avant de sagement se raviser. Bon, le silence, mais il y a quand même la zik.
Beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Je trouvais quelqu'un ayant assisté à la pendaison, un témoin.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and is in witness protection.
Mon témoin n'est pas du coin.
Well, let's hear it then.
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Disons que c'est simplement un membre haut placé du gouvernement.
Yeah, right. Like we wouldn't know if an MI plant was in our town. Nice try, right?
MI is short for Moral Intern. Moral Intern is short for Moralist International, the coalition that runs Revachol.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. The last copper. What wacky claims did he make?
Le témoin indique que la pendaison s'était déroulée en silence, aucun cri, aucun brouhaha.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent.
Yeah. It's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
They're avoiding having to answer this question.
Je vous aurais imaginé en train de picoler et beugler des chants de lynchage. C'est quoi ce silence de mort?
We were drinking, weren't we, guys? I hit the bottle hard. I was drunk as fuck.
Right, I'm convinced, Glenn. Nothing off here. Just a regular hanging.
Le témoin dit avoir vu deux personnes d'origine aréopagite ainsi qu'un mesque.
Arabagite? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you. We were all there.
Le témoin dit que ça ressemblait à une mise en scène surréaliste.
Those flaccid MI cocks with their culture language. everything's a surreal play or sublime whatever doesn't mean anything.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see?
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
Si, on
I
sait
know
là.
you are lying, Shanky.
Il prend note dans son calepin.
Some witness. I pulled the same shit. Came up with some shit, then went and said it to people. Get a reaction. Don't have to go to cop school to try that.
You don't have to go to school for shit. I never went to school, and I'm doing great.
You're doing a hell of a job,
Incroyable,
man.
Glenn.
Hell of a job.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. Everyone is afraid of
Bien sûr.
witnesses. Witness is a scary word. So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having.
Là, c'est le 100% là. Là, c'est le 100% rhétorique et là, on va mettre nos meilleurs habits pour le faire parler. Je pense qu'on est obligé là. Là, il faut vraiment avoir les meilleures fringues. La rhétorique, c'est bleu, hein. -1 en rhétorique. Dur. +1 en rhétorique là. Oh la petite chemise. Oh là là. Oh là là. Oh, il va prendre. Oh, il va prendre le swag là. Le petit chapeau, est-ce qu'on mettrait pas un truc comme ça là? Voilà. Est-ce que c'est pas comme ça que notre flic il est là pour... Oh. Ah oui. Ah ça c'est mieux encore. Je pense que les lunettes aussi, on peut avoir mieux, tu vois. Genre vraiment les petites lunettes classiques là. Et ouais, on garde ça là. Là, je pense que là, c'est le moment où Titus, on va le foutre au bout là.
What is it?
Écoute-moi bien, viens là, sac à merde là. Viens là. Viens. Non. Viens là. Vas-y, on va parler maintenant.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might.
Un de ces gars voudra.
Fat Angus, the
Bien sûr.
powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility. Outside, in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind.
C'est fini alors à faire classer. Quoi? Mais on finit comme ça là?
He'll get it. Go on.
Prenez note, Kim. Martinez, on tue parce qu'on ne vous aime pas.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Parce que... Parce qu'ils aiment tuer. Je pense qu'ils aiment pas tuer. En vrai, c'est pas des tueurs. Je pense qu'ils ont été amenés à faire ça pour une certaine raison. Et ils sont un peu embrigadés avec plein de trucs. Mais en vrai, ça leur tombe un peu dessus. Et c'est pour ça qu'ils ont la pression. Parce qu'ils aiment tuer.
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it, guys? We had a great time.
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis. She...
They kill you because they think it's funny.
Vos potes, comme à l'époque des barbares, en exhumant votre cadavre.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We just couldn't get him down, okay?
Voilà.
That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now,
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Le vieil homme effleure son ceinturon, mais la voix reste étrangement posée.
firearm, a Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol, either is small enough for you to have missed.
Oh.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
C'est en quoi vous allez me tuer comme vous l'avez tué lui, sans aucune raison?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Marque une pause, la respiration sifflante.
Shut up, Angus!
Il était déjà mort quand vous l'avez pendu?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control.
La pièce devient silencieuse au point que vous arrivez à entendre la respiration sifflante d'Angus.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Sven se regarde en arrière.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Donc vous ne l'avez pas tué, il était déjà mort.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
Pourquoi?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Ça c'est grâce à mon style. Hein.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
Que s'est-il passé dimanche soir?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
Comment avez-vous su?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
L'homme à la gueule de Hurricane.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
C'est passé quoi
We
ensuite?
went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse we hanged.
Qui est Tibbs?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Tu sais que la Gine l'a pas tué, pourquoi toute cette mascarade?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
J'ai rien remarqué du tout. De quel genre de pétrin vous pourrez parler?
They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
Ces gens, qui sont-ils?
They're powerful. Connected to the Moral Intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Alors qui a tué le mercenaire dans ce cas, une idée?
Not yet. just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
À quoi pensez-vous?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
Ouais.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
Et son passé à lui, vous en savez un peu aussi?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenel.
Il s'interrompt pour réfléchir.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb as he looks.
Et qui a eu l'idée de le pendre? C'est elle?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Vous avez tout à l'heure, les filles avaient demandé de l'aide. Il s'agissait de l'autre nana?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
C'est elle, n'est-ce pas, la trafiquante de drogue, la 8e mardi?
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
Vous savez, il n'y a aucun mal à une autre Hardy. Hein.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it.
Vous pouvez me dire son nom, adresse?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
Désolé d'avoir causé une dispute,
Me
du coup.
too.
Bravo,
The
Kim!
lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Allez, à plus, hein.
Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But...
Vous préférez quand même qu'on ne l'embarque pas?
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Le lieutenant glisse son calepin dans la poche de veste et fait volte-face pour s'en aller. Ok. Eh ben dis donc. Il a fallu du temps, hein, putain. Ah, attends. Par contre, j'avais une... Ah, on s'en fout.
It's always good to see you.
Les Hardy nous ont raconté ce qui s'est passé.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
Vous avez pas l'air surprise, vous y attendiez?
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Ouais, bah sans déconner.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. Is it? Something is off here. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
C'est pas une raison suffisante.
You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Elle pioche une autre cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, golden grey in the noonlight.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a plus loin?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
C'est pour ça que vous avez toujours un œil derrière vous. Vous avez peur de la morale interne?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
C'est quoi l'histoire? Vous avez fait quoi?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ici la nuit de sa mort?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Dites-moi exactement ce qui s'est passé.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ensuite?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
Ah mais c'est bidon, le truc d'un tireur qui voulait la buter elle déjà. Ah, y a aucune personne qui aurait tiré sur un mec au pif comme ça, et de deux, bah le tireur il serait peut-être resté pour mettre une deuxième cartouche quoi. Non?
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Bah ouais.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
La cigarette.
Oh.
Ça craint. Je suis désolé, bah ouais, mais bon.
So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus a dit que vous aviez l'air plus défoncé que d'habitude.
Oh yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the car?
No.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait ensuite?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pour qu'il vous pourchasse comme ça? Moi je pense que c'est le fantasme. Hein.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
Il tapote son cas, une note.
The job was Lewsdoen County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewis-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lewis-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Laws cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airbird, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Vous êtes foutus dans une belle merde.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting... A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
Et c'est passé quand vous êtes arrivé en bas?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Qui c'est, Ruby, là?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
Ouais, Hardy, ouais. J'aurais dit que c'était Hardy, le chef des Hardy.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Très bien, poursuivons. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ensuite?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Oui. Elle lève la tête et vous regarde fixement de ses yeux marron clair. Vous faites ensuite?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
Que faisiez-vous pendant la pendaison?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Cette Ruby, où était à présent?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Bon, l'incident, est-ce que vous avez entendu un coup de feu?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
C'est vous qui avez tué Lenny?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around, close to her hand.
Devait avoir une arme à proximité, vous en êtes servi?
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor.
La drogue tient une place importante dans votre relation, ça pourrait être contribuer à la détruire?
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here.
Si vous avez été contraint de vous défendre, votre geste est
I did
compréhensible.
not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
Ouais, non mais je la crois.
It's true.
Très bien.
Like what?
Vous croyez que les types qui vous poursuivent, qui l'ont tué?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
Et alors?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Probablement pas.
Or, I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
Regarde la table.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
If they want to kill me, they'll kill me. If they want to toy with me, they will. She's come to this conclusion weeks ago.
Pourquoi avoir appelé les flics si vous vous planquez?
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
C'est ce que vous voudriez me faire croire. Mais ça ne prend pas avec moi.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Mais non, c'est Kuno, il est super sympa. Franchement, faut y discuter un peu avec lui. C'est vraiment un gamin avec l'esprit ouvert.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
La vitre a été changée quand?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. I told you I'm a horrible girl. I told you things break around me.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
La chambre,
yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Le temps vous lance un regard, puis regarde la porte.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or...
Art dramatique, volonté, c'est chaud. J'aimerais qu'on reparle de votre chambre.
Yeah?
Non, on
You
s'en
tell me off. All right.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
En quelle position est-ce qu'il se trouve?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired.
Ah. Plus probable que ça soit celui-là, donc par là-bas. Putain, c'est le ponton où le mec est mort.
The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Tout ce qui est bien.
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Examiner les siettes spectrales.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Examiner le point A.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Le toit de l'église. C'est normal de ne pas trouver des résidus de tir à l'extérieur?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
Du coup, j'ai 80% de chance que le tir provienne du toit, c'est ça?
72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Ah, ou alors c'était peut-être dans le bâtiment juste à côté. Hein. Est-ce qu'il y a des éléments qui contredisent la prime?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Ah ben, n'a plus être tiré à l'intérieur de la pièce.
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
Est-ce qu'on pourrait envisager un autre point d'origine plus éloigné?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapoler le rayon pour inclure l'ensemble de Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
Plus précisément.
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Examiner B prime.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Bien sûr. Le B double prime.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%.
Ouais, là c'est chaud.
A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
L'îlot.
1 kilometer away. The point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Non, mais c'est sûr, c'est le B-Prime. Kim, vous pensez que le tir provient d'un emplacement plus éloigné que le toit, dans Martinez?
From where, precisely?
B-Prime,
I see you have
machin.
given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
C'est beaucoup moins probable, mais pas négligeable.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
Moi, je pense que si, mais... Ok. Alors...
I was just
Toi, Jacqueline,
thinking,
c'était quoi? Art
what a
dramatique?
nice day for questions.
Mais je crois qu'art dramatique, je peux taquiner là-dessus, non? J'ai le nœud pape déjà? J'ai ça. J'ai ça. Bon, j'ai ça aussi, mais c'est pareil. On va prendre la veste Fuck the World. Mais non, c'est l'autre. Ouais, le petit nœud pape là. Oh, ces lunettes là, c'est dommage qu'on les voie pas avec la clair obscur. On va mettre ça quand même.
I was just thinking, what a nice day.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Rappelez-moi pourquoi on l'a pas encore coffré. Vous appelez pas vraiment Clancy Amadou.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Sa voix se brise soudainement, comme si elle sentait la corde se resserrant autour de votre cou. De son cou. Ça veut dire quoi, d'accord?
Okay, it's not.
Bien, dites-moi la vérité.
I log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commencer. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
Comment vous appelez en vrai?
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
It's a Grad name, Jimsk or Yugo-Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism.
C'est pas un nom orangé là, ton nom de merde?
My parents were Zhemsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Alasia is my father's name.
Ravi de vous connaître.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
L'histoire du passeport, c'est conneries ça aussi? Ce que vous cachiez?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
Ouais, laissez le bouer.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
Faut qu'on retrouve cette
The
bouée.
lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it.
She
Ouais,
nods,
c'est bon.
her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
Croyez quoi? Je crois pas que ce soit vous qui avez prévenu la police.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for me. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
She stands before you, holding her back very straight. She slowly... You are.
Ok.
This is not the end of this.
Ah, mission, on a fini. Pas besoin de la harceler non plus, quoi. Point de talent, j'ai 15 points de talent. Projection analytique, affinité mécanique. Sang-froid, j'en ai mis 15. Logique. Rhétorique, art dramatique. Putain, j'ai 10 en art dramatique. Conceptualisation. Vas-y, je vais mettre un point là-dedans, let's go. Bon. Et ben on en a des choses à faire là. On doit aller voir toutes les positions de sniper là. Quelle angoisse. Ouais, puis lui il me casse les couilles avec sa musique de merde là.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes, clinging to a picture-book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the contemporary...
Non mais on s'en fout, ouais, parce que là ça a bugué. Alors du coup, est-ce que j'avais des trucs avec la radio là? C'est vrai que Titus aussi, je dois lui foutre la pression pour Ruby là. On va en profiter maintenant tant qu'on est à côté là parce que...
It's you again. What is it?
Ruby là, vas-y balance. Bon, j'ai parlé de Ruby là. Parce qu'il y a votre véritable chef.
You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off!
J'ai décidé que ça serait elle. Guerre civile se prépare et la seule manière de l'empêcher c'est de résoudre ce meurtre. On dit je dois parler à Ruby.
Sounds like you wanna push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And Now you pet Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Chameau jette un regard à Titus, l'homme corpulent soupire.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some...
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
Logique. Oh là là, oh là 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 là, il casse les couilles, hein. Et je suis sûr qu'en plus je suis capable là, de faire péter les scores logiques là. Oh là c'est à l'aise quoi. Oh là 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 là, il peut pas tester là. Là il va juste pas tester mon swag là.
What is it?
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected. Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla.
Et yo Trail.
It's just not coming together.
Plissez un peu plus ça va avoir les yeux.
Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? No, he needs to say 500 layers and I can't remember the first line.
500 lire et j'arrive pas à me rappeler d'un seul mot.
You know, I'm beginning to think this clown is squinting at me because he wants to start something.
Nah, boss, he's just mentally handicapped.
He's thinking. Let the man think.
Le temps vient à votre défense. J'aurais pas dû dire ça, je voulais juste connaître les composantes de cette théorie.
Here you go. Access to the roof, weapon, and motive. That's not too hard. And here is what you can do to make it even easier. Come on, guys. For starters, you could find out what's behind that mystery door in the kitchen. If it's a secret route, she could have used that to get to the roof. Can't get through the door? You know what would help. Doing a thorough search of this room. Maybe something's hidden. You could crack Classia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. Say, 500 layers and I can't remember the first. No. He already said that. And nothing good came of it. Just do what the nice helpful guys said. And it's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should...
Mais j'ai full le seum. Comment je peux rater un jet à 83 là? Ça arrive vraiment dans la vie ça? Et puis là, passer au penfien, il est mignon, mais moi y a rien là.
You see, the cobalt blues, old
ah ouais,
cobalt,
mais ça me casse les
leads
couilles.
to a side bit. The door doesn't.
Y'a quoi? Y'a un bouton, un truc comme ça?
You see, a heavy.
Ce sac à merde là qui a un bouton derrière son bar. 17 fois sur 100, merci. Merci enfoiré. Ouais. Ah, il y a du pognon là, j'avais pas vu. Demain férié. Et ouais mon gars. Et ça envoie du bois. Bon vas-y on continue un peu. Ça envoie du bois. Ça se passe derrière le taf. Pas trop le bordel. Putain c'est l'autre avec ses pièges de merde là que j'ai jamais croisé.
Nothing has changed.
Ah ouais, nique-toi bien. Allez-vous-en! Vous-en, c'est une équipe de foot. Ils sont super fans. Je pense que c'est par là-bas, là. Putain, et l'autre, elle m'a dit aussi où elle avait enterré sa merde, là. Dans les roseaux, je sais pas quoi, là. C'est quoi ça, déjà?
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
Bon, mais la flemme. J'ai un radio cassette là. Pourquoi ça c'est bleu ça? C'est pas genre de là le tir où il aurait pu venir là?
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash.
La promenade. C'était où déjà ça? Vous pouvez les tenter maintenant. C'était là la promenade, hein? Si, c'est ça. La promenade là-bas ou alors tout là-bas. C'est de brève?
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Oh, cette veste a pu devenir aussi crade.
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Réfléchir.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit. That it smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Mais du coup, elle fait cette croûte.
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
Je suis passé une fois quelqu'un l'a balancé sur la rambarde.
The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? Somewhere, high above the city, a pair of seagulls trace loops through the air. They are like the bombardiers of the aerostatic brigades, gliding above a target-rich environment. All of a sudden, the bomb bay doors open. and their white glittering payload rushes to the ground. Splat, an explosion of white on a man's shoe. A curse goes up, but the birds do not hear.
Pourquoi j'ai passé tout ce temps à réfléchir à de la merde de mouette?
It's too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck. Now you're just flicking that shit.
Mais c'est ici la promenade, je pense. Qu'est-ce que je devrais trouver?
Hello again.
Je comprends pas du bâtiment.
Sure. What's on your... But of course.
Ok. Je peux pas monter par là, je suis obligé de faire le tour, ça.
It takes you a moment.
Regardez.
Behind you, when this district
S'en bat les
trap
couilles.
feels no locust, no phasmid either, but still,
C'est
your
vide.
voice echoes on.
Well,
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others.
On s'en branle
someone
là,
or
des filets là.
something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
J'ai l'impression que quelqu'un ou quelque chose a tripoté le piège.
perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. We did sort of promise to tell them.
On s'en branle en vrai. Pas si intéressant. Le hangar bateau a été construit dans la hâte. Ok.
A row of ghostly shades
Ça, j'avais
facing
déjà
a
fait.
crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10
Kim K a
meters
été
from you.
exécuté.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Si il s'agissait des employés de Feld au moment où les biens de la société ont été saisis par les révolutionnaires.
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe.
Les gens de la coalition peut-être, les moralistes.
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A cold.
Et ici on n'aura rien, aucune info là. Si t'as envie de péter les plombs, non? Ok, très bien. Je vais faire le tour de la côte là pour trouver aussi le sac de l'autre. Ah oui, ouais.
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but
That over there must be the boy class you told us about, the one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies.
Ramassez la bouée.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Examinez la boule en plastique.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Secouez la bouée.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Ouvrez
A
la
shot
bouée.
glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae.
Well, damn.
Vraiment de la chance qu'elles soient encore là, et ça avait fait peu pour qu'elles soient emportées par les eaux.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
Les documents ne sont pas là à votre avis, qui les a pris?
I have no idea.
Le lieutenant tape du pied en fronçant les sourcils. C'est pas grave, de toute façon, on savait parfaitement ce qui se trouvait dans ces
Or
bouées.
think we do. This is a
C'est vrai.
small loose end either way. Not important, I hope.
Peut-être les cryptozoologues.
In
hein.
my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation.
Ouais, mais elle a dit qu'il y avait du pognon.
We should.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much.
Ok, on s'en fout. Bon, la bouée c'est bien, mais attends, parce que quoi là? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça là? Comment je fais pour rentrer?
Hello again.
Je veux qu'on en
Sure.
parle.
What's on your mind?
Comment fonctionnent les ordinateurs à vendre? Non.
Yes, they've.
A pleasure.
Yes. To lure in their star engineers. This part. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end.
He means that. The boys got shot by the
Tape computers. Actually, no.
Buckle up.
10 years ago.
Wait,
Maman
what the
s'en
hell
branle.
is a woman?
Yes. Tape But of course, I do have some.
No, I mean, come.
Oh no, I'm just penning.
Not that he would.
Comment je suis censé faire là?
You see, a slogan used to intertwine with.
Looks like tomorrow never came. Looks like tomorrow never.
Ah, j'ai le seum. Je ne sais pas comment on y va. D'ailleurs, les teufeurs, ils en étaient où là? Normalement, ils devaient installer leur matos, non?
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000.
Il prend une pause ridicule. C'est un miracle que les dieux du hardcore ne l'aient pas foudroyé sur place.
Static vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too.
Jette un œil à l'imposante boîte noire dans le coin qui produit le son.
Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honors, detective?
Kim, vous avez une idée?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
An underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas, Estelle. Ideas from another level of consciousness.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His ideas are spooky. Next, please.
Et Gaël, t'en as sûrement plein des idées, non?
Yakokata! Yakokata! The place to be!
Ouais, Dak.
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg. Got anything else?
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene.
Oui, t'as pas un nom?
Amnesia. Like the... I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys.
Sooner.
I don't. Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
Celle.
How about something simple? Like the club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. Like a morning after the rave.
Et toi, André?
The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes. You should do it, detective. It would be good for the signs.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much. It's the right thing to do. You have? Well, what's the name?
Disco Elysium.
Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it?
The past is the future, but the future is dead. No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be.
Ah.
And short. And memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
La piste de danse baigne d'une lumière bleue et violette.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns up the beat.
T'as pété un plomb, André? Il se laisse entrer dans une autre spirale de mouvements étranges. Difficile de déceler une once de branchitude ou modernité là-dedans. C'est même franchement ringard.
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing.
Et après du danse, on en parle?
Yes, my man.
Il bondit dans tous les sens. Ses gestes enjoués scintillent dans les lumières stroboscopiques de la discothèque.
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with mood? Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better. But there's a noticeable lack of something.
En fait, je voulais te demander, c'est quoi le trip avec ta coupe de cheveux?
It's to express my individuality.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure, with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
C'est parce que tu perds tes cheveux?
Or because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me. I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20.
T'as quel âge, André?
Not 20.
C'est important pour toi d'exprimer ton individualité?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Ah, ok,
Maybe
ok.
it was a bad idea. Anyway, goodbye, officer.
Bon, elle, normalement, là, je peux lui parler, non?
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns. Why does that trill sound familiar?
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like
Okay.
you're underwater, you know?
Ça
But
va.
that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
Pour acheter quoi?
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
Tout le monde va bien?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the crabman hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Tu peux me parler de tes associés maintenant?
Sure. You helped us out. I can
Ouais.
repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Parlez-moi de Suna.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today, she told me about Welkins.
Walkins?
And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
Et Thiago?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Ok.
Who do you want to know about?
Andre?
Andre. He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me at least. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
Il a organisé quoi?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work.
Okay,
Must
okay.
have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
Oui. On est tous les deux des ripoux, quoi. Alors franchement, ça c'est la punchline, t'es obligé de la sortir. Ouais, c'est bon, calme-toi là. C'est bon, on a bien compris, tout le monde se tapait du speed à longueur de journée là.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck. We don't care.
Kim T, le giga malaise.
Yes. Anyway.
Est-ce qu'on est ton petit ami?
Yes.
Parle-moi des autres.
Who do you want to know about?
Noid.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Palaceum. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
Ah. Et qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
Bah ouais.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere.
Quel est cet état
He
d'esprit?
abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
Et toi?
Sir, I abide by the law.
C'est quoi ce pèlerinage dont tu me parles?
It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock, or as much as possible.
Et pourquoi ce serait pas possible?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Admettons que je suis pas allé à Boogie Street.
Okay, then you
Ouais.
should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Ok, ok.
Yeah.
Vas-y
wanna
les
know
autres, on va parler de Egghead.
What do you mean?
Bah il gueule des trucs là,
Oh,
hein, il est
that.
bizarre lui.
He's the party boy.
C'est quoi un festoyeur?
And Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachu, Swish, your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned.
Calme-toi.
Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Non, alors que c'est cool.
Yes. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
D'où vient-il? Depuis combien de temps il traîne avec vous?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forberg. Or maybe even Coal City, I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of Montmartin, the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines... There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine.
Okay.
People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Who do you want to know about?
Et toi?
Me? Again?
Ouais, j'ai oublié, parle-moi de... Non.
Yes, sure.
Ouais, c'est bon, tu m'avais saoulé en vrai. Empathie, bon, ça va jamais se faire. Je devais parler avec les autres cons là pour synchroniser mes sinusoïdes avec lui là.
I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Écarte les mains.
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
Ces gamins ont des couilles, j'ai admire. Ils sont un peu teubés et arrachés au speed H24, mais ils ont des couilles. Qu'est-ce que tu penses de cette église, Noïd, là?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
Tu sais ça parce que t'es un menuisier?
I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveler. Made me a bit manic, you know. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days.
Tu vas pas me demander comment j'ai fait pour savoir? Non, compris.
The material knowledge is mega though. Guild shit. Teaches independence.
À ton avis, elle est de quand?
320 years. A little more. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it. On the coast here was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something. I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago. Forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental. I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
Dans quel style cette église a été construite?
Who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
Je suis un flake arty, moi.
Art of core.
Ça ressemble à quoi l'architecture DeLorean?
Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
Quoi ressemblait un bâtiment DeLorean?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. Virtue and tyranny.
N'est pas peint en tombant pour autant que je
That's
sache.
the reason it used to be white on the outside.
Ah.
Before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss. Slowly peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around.
T'aimes bien les vitraux?
I don't. Fuck are giving me the evil eye.
C'est son Innocence Dolores Day. Fais gaffe à ce que tu dis, Mariole.
You defend her, law minion. She was a mass murderer. What's up with that?
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
Un je ne sais quoi qui me fait la chair de poule.
She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
No.
That's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
Non,
The
détruis
speed
pas.
freak's eyes narrow with suspicion, as if he's looking at a man possessed.
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing. Plus it keeps the cold and the rain out.
Oui, en fait, je m'en branle, vas-y.
That can't be healthy.
Quoi?
What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
C'est un joli
Why do you
vitrail.
keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn window.
Comment se passe ton
Hard
installation?
to say, cop man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crabman though.
Tu veux parler de Thiago?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's
Okay.
actually a lot like us.
Sobriété ne sont pas trop restrictifs pour toi?
Talking to him, I realise that sobriety can be pretty hardcore too. I gotta respect it. The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him.
C'est vrai.
Good thing you didn't squash him.
Que t'as dit Thiago à propos de l'église?
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
C'est-à-dire qu'il y a des cadavres ici?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
À quoi sert l'église alors?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church, surrounding it, to contain it.
Contenir quoi?
I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for, and trying to measure. It will be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by. Outside, dust particles fall through the darkness, settling down on the age-bleached floorboards. The structure does not feel particularly durable.
Qu'est-ce qui me fait croire que Tsuna va échouer?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
Ah, c'est pas une substance, ça, y a peut-être pas besoin de
Maybe
s'inquiéter.
you can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
Ok, bon, c'est bon, il va me brasser pendant 70 ans, là. Et lui, du coup, alors?
They're close.
Dis au jeune homme, en levant le poing derrière la table de mixage, des arbres en forme de poumons sont gravés sur la boucle de sa ceinture en argent.
True, hard, full car.
Vraiment?
It's hardcore. Skibbity, skibbity.
Tiens, un petit laboratoire de chimie. Je comprends pas pourquoi j'ai une musique chelou là. Et elle a pas avancé là. Oh là là. Bon, vas-y, on se tire hein. La boîte Disco Elysium. Peinture pastel, question essaye de donner de la couleur à ce monde. Très bien. Je sais pas pourquoi j'entends cette musique, c'est vraiment chelou. Merde, je suis obligé de faire le tour de l'autre côté. Je pense que le jeu il a pété un plomb avec les musiques. Ah ouais, mais il y a ce truc à ouvrir là. Je pense que c'est ça. Hein.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
Peut-être que tu auras tiré d'ici.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Ouais, parce qu'en fait, pour aller sur l'île, je suis sûr que je dois utiliser ça, le treuil là.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Hey yo, Cavo! Incroyable! Bah écoute, ça va, hein. J'allais finir là. Je suis encore plongé dedans, mais... Au secours! J'ai envie de finir le jeu aussi avant que Diablo 4 sort là. Putain! Ça casse les couilles. Et toi, ça raconte quoi de beau? Coupable, peut-être utiliser un feu de camp. Grimper au sommet de la tour de communication et tirer de là-haut.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
Ah, peut-être utiliser un feu de camp.
Warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out Biddable Prime, was it?
Regardez au-dessus de l'eau en direction de la ligne.
1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air. You see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender. Smoking, drinking, being happy and elated without you. Because you're here,
No.
freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Péripétie, ok. Any good cigarette?
A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere.
Ah mais comment je sais pour aller de l'autre côté? C'est sûr je dois forcer la porte, mais affinité mécanique 20, enfin ils sont mignons, mais comment je fais ça moi? Faut que j'intériorise un truc là? Pour mon jet de dés? Ça je comprends pas bien ça.
An old door worn by elements.
It's military. A service depot. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Ouais, c'est ça. Putain, mais imagine, il me faut 20 en affinité mécanique. Ben ouais, mais le jeu il est pas fait pour ça. En fait, je fais ça uniquement quand c'est vraiment... je vais rater des morceaux d'histoire, entre guillemets. Mais sinon... En fait, ça permettrait d'aller plus rapidement, de réussir plus rapidement, parce que souvent tu peux juste intérioriser certains trucs. Mais là, je pense pas qu'il y a un truc qui me permette de faire ça, quoi. Même si je mets un point... J'ai tellement rine. Perso, mais cette classe absolue là qu'il a, avec sa barre de son et son pied de biche là. Il y a un style hein. Tu trouves? Ouais, je sais pas. C'est un 3%, c'est un jet.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown.
C'est sûr qu'il y a un autre truc en fait. Il y a un truc que j'ai pas trouvé pour ouvrir cette porte, mais je sais pas quoi. Ouais, je suis désolé, c'est les ARJ, putain. Je peux aller récupérer mes dés. Morel au Whirling. Lieutenant, il est pour décider de la suite des événements. Suna. Une fois il fait tard installé. Bah c'est ce que j'avais fait. Tout le monde éternue, oui, mais... Quand t'es en live, c'est toujours un peu chiant. Mais Suna, je vais la voir et elle m'a rien dit, non?
Yes, what is it?
Comment ça se passe le projet? J'ai vu que vos voisins s'étaient installés. Bon, attends, c'est de la Melodic Dance Music.
What did you say?
On entend à peine la voix couverte par la basse tonitruante de la Melodic Dance Music. Est-ce que le projet avance?
Hear you. The music is too loud.
Ça avance le projet.
Oh, the project. It's not going well.
Pourquoi?
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Okay.
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata. A place to be, apparently. Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes.
Et tend le bras, les paumes écartées pour l'imiter.
We're close.
Ah bah ouais, les allergies sont horribles.
Hard, full, car.
Bah c'est sur mon pollen, hein.
Hardcore.
Vraiment?
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural Gotvaldian accent and makes him, or maybe it's not Gotvaldian. Maybe it's Oranese.
You know about him?
Il articule quelque chose, mais aucun son ne sort. Ses yeux sont ronds comme des soucoupes. On dirait que vous lui avez cloué le bec.
You know Van Eyck?
Bah ouais, je suis un gros fan de Van Eyck.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
Ah bon?
So am I. So am I.
Il commence à secouer la tête pour que tout le monde comprenne.
Oh, is that why they call you Egghead? Because...
Egghead to the mega. The K became the G. The boy became the man. The Advent?
D'accord, moi je m'en bats les couilles, moi je veux communiquer avec toi, fils de schlag là. Ah putain!
It's hard, Skibberdy. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega.
Très bien.
Here comes the...
Non mais...
We're close. True. Hardcore.
Mais c'est pas Egghead où je devais lui demander un truc
This
là?
young man, or maybe it's not Gotval.
The what? Yeah.
He missed one A.
Tout bien, bah, c'est pas grave, je suis plutôt un africain du genre. Calmer les énergies, douche. Faut se doucher.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
Goodbye, officer.
Ah mais non, mais c'est à lui que je dois lui demander d'ailleurs, non?
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Et comment je vais faire pour lui parler à ce connard?
We're close. True. Hard. Full. Hardcore. Hardcore. Here comes the...
J'en peux plus d'eux en fait.
What's on your mind?
Pourquoi tu me fais autant de tout?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our science synced.
Pourquoi tu t'appelles Noïd au fait?
It's short for paranoid.
Tu m'étonnes. De quoi tu te méfies?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
Quelles sont les choses les plus
I
suspectes?
don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one,
The left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
Tu veux pas plutôt dire le paradigme gauche-droite et complexe port-blé?
No. Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad.
Bah ça sera peut-être vegan du coup. Et cachère en plus. J'ai l'impression d'être tardé. Ah pff, bon, franchement. T'inquiète hein. Mais en vrai on s'entend pas. Moi je comprends pas comment je parle à Ed à Ged.
His eyes flicker.
En fait les trois ils me saoulent là. Et elle avait pas quelque chose. What? Ah ouais putain. Parle-moi de l'autre là. Pourquoi il gueule? D'où vient-il? Mais j'ai eu tout en fait déjà. Ouais, c'est cool.
It must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent.
Oh, that another music.
Pachu, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are beat.
Anyway,
I understand. Anyway.
Who do you want to know about? Sure.
Mais sinon le câble c'est peut-être juste à moi.
Yes, what is it?
J'ai l'impression que c'est buggé en fait.
The mother of humanism.
Yes. I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
Tu prends le deuxième montage? Oh putain.
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago, where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
Peux m'en dire plus?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps.
Observe les machines par terre.
Respectful. Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
T'es un adepte du DeLoreanisme, Hakim?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
Je savais pas que vous étiez croyant.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Bon, ça m'a pété les couilles. Je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là, non? Il est quelle heure là? Il est déjà 1h30.